Hello, Assalamualaikum everyone. This is Sanya Junaid. I am the incubation manager at NIC Islamabad, and this is another episode in the series Founder Files, where today I have with me Abir, founder of Tifl. Abir, I'd like for you to start with a bit of an introduction about yourself.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm Abir. I'm the founder of Tifl. Tifl, I feel like I should tell what Tifl is because everyone asks me. So Tifl means child, and Tifl for us is tools for innovative family learning. It's a digital health platform. We support early childhood development, and I'm a part of NIC's cohort 3.
So, welcome onto the Founder Files podcast. So you started talking about Tifl, so I'll keep that momentum up. ये idea कहाँ से आया?
Okay, to be honest, I am like a social science student. Never thought about business or startups. I had no idea. So this was a competition. It was a pitching competition for which we had to pitch a business idea. And I just did it for the experience. I was like, we'll just see how it goes. And then we ended up actually winning that. I got a really good response on that. So then I started doing my research. I have studied child development. So this was something, if I was like, I want to start something, it would be something that I have experience in and I've studied myself in my bachelor's. So then I have worked with children on various projects. And I have friends who are young moms, and I saw that, the struggles and everything. So I felt like it's something that a lot of people can relate to. So that's how we came up with this idea, so we can support mothers, parents, and children. So that was the backstory about Tifl.
So, what I want to get into is the origin of the story. Okay, so you want to वो जो competition that you mentioned that उसके guidelines कुछ होंगी, कुछ sector specific होगा. So, was it just from your life experience that you saw that this is a problem that you would like to work towards the solution of?
So basically, the competition was Asian Development Bank competition, and the target was you have to come up with something that's solving a problem that you see around your community.
Right.
So that's like what I saw and what I observed in all of the time that I was studying. So that's how I came up with this. That why don't you innovatively solve this? So that's how I came up with this idea.
It's interesting that your entrepreneurship journey was shaped by something that kept on occurring throughout your life, and
Yeah.
you mentioned you studied about it as well. So the way it all pieces together is quite amazing, actually.
Yeah, when you look at it now, it feels like it's like a story that was meant to be. Now that you look at it philosophically, but yeah, everything just came together. I feel like when you have a vision and when you feel like you need to do something, and you just keep looking for opportunities that do align in a certain way that you don't realize at that time, but after some time you see that it was all happening. It was a good path that was you were unintentionally following.
So how was that journey? बीच में कोई ऐसा point आया where you felt lost perhaps, or was it smooth sailing for you?
I still feel lost most of the times. I do, because as I mentioned, that I did not know much about business. And when I decided that, okay, this is something I want to give a shot to. So we have an application that works in tracking milestones for parents. I had no technical background, so one of the biggest challenges I had was I had to outsource the tech part because I had team members, but they just we parted ways in the middle. And then I have another co-founder, but we don't have tech background either. So I had to learn a lot of things myself, because even though even if I'm hiring someone, I need to be able to know what they're doing, have a grip on the subject myself. So there was a lot I had to learn in the whole journey. And then when you see the ecosystem is big and a lot of people are doing amazing stuff, so it's a bit overwhelming, and then you continuously overthink it, that should I even be here? It's
The
insane.
imposter syndrome kicks in.
Imposter syndrome. I have a lot of that, at times, because it's then again a lot of people are doing amazing things, but it's when you're at places like NIC or any networking events where they have entrepreneurs, the kind of feedback and the suggestions you get, then you feel like, okay, fine, I'll stay for a while. I feel like I'm doing fine.
So your situation specifically, लोग इससे घबराते हैं कि I have no technical experience. Like I have an idea, I've done the research, and I'm ready to move forward with this idea, but that there is that element of a technical person lacking. So how your journey around it, how would you describe that to others? और जिन लोगों के दिमाग में ये fear होता है, what would be, a word of advice for them?
Yeah, it is tricky. But then again, if you think about something, if you know that, okay, I want to do it, you will find a way. And it sounds very cliche that it's like a line from the books, but I've experienced it myself, even though I had no tech background or anything. But I got my startup incubated at a place where I thought it would help me. So when I came to NIC, a lot of my fellow founders, they had technical skills. They guided me throughout the way, and my coach, Kamran, he introduced some no-code tools to me. So I literally made the front end of my app myself. And I just learned it, and it wasn't even hard. I just had to play with it, the AI, and I made the front end myself. And then I had help. I made the meaningful connections who got me into creating the finalized product. So I feel like it was the biggest thing that helped me was networking and making the right connections that can help you. So of course you cannot do anything all by yourself. Even if you can, it's a lot. So it's always good to, have help and have meaningful connections.
So on the subject of NIC, where did you hear about NIC first? जिससे ख्याल आया कि यहाँ भी apply किया जा सकता है.
Oh, it's a good story. So the thing is that when I was doing the competition, so I was really overwhelmed. I was like, I have never done business pitches before. How will I do this? And I had no idea what I'm going to do. So my professor at that time, she took some time from Sir Masood, Sir Ahmed Masood. And she was like, he gave me some time, just go and meet him and he'll help you. And I was so scared when I was coming here the first time. It was last year around, I don't know, it was November, I think.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah, guys, I came and I thought it will be a session where I'll just come and sit and he'll tell me how it goes, right? And
That's not how we do it here.
Now I know. I learned the hard way. I came in and he was sitting in the meeting room. And he had the multimedia on, and I think you came to talk about something with him, and he told you to sit down as well, and he was like, okay, pitch. And I heard no clue, but I just gathered courage and I just went on with it, and it was completely messed up. And he was, I don't know, he was so patient, and he just told me that work on this, and he called me again, and then before the competition we did a Zoom call. He made me pitch in front of him 5 times, and then I won. So that's how I found out about NIC. So I did not know many people in the ecosystem. NIC was actually my first exposure, in Sir Masood specifically was my first exposure to the startup ecosystem. So I was like, if I want to start something, this is the place I will go to, because you kind of get that's the only place I know. So I just found out about the cohort. I was like, okay, I'll just apply here and see how it goes.
So that was your first time pitching.
Yeah.
Right? And you've come a long way since then, like a really long way. But since then, I see you pitch in our Founder Institute sessions, and you've gotten really succinct with your pitch. Like you have everything down. What are some of the key things that you would hit on in let's say if you have an elevator pitch?
Definitely. I think the biggest thing that helped with the pitching is that at NIC they make us pitch a lot. There's sessions. It doesn't even have to be a session. I would just be walking around in the hallway, and someone will stop me. Sir Masood will stop me and say, oh, these are the people from this industry, pitch. And then you have 30 seconds. And but it used to be really stressful for me in the start. Like, what do I say? But now I've experienced that it's something that has helped me so much. I was at a networking event the other day, and I saw this industry specialist. I really wanted her time, and I got like 1 minute, and I pitched myself in 30 seconds, and I got a call with her. Next week I have a meeting.
Amazing.
So I was like, this is where it helps, you know. So it's like with pitching, nothing helps but practice, and then have the mentors give you the feedback, the hardcore critical feedback that, you know, these are the major points of it that you have to cover. And then if you keep doing it over and over, you eventually do get good at it.
Amazing. So as an entrepreneur, as someone who has recently gotten into business, इससे पहले you mentioned you didn't have a business mindset as such. How has that journey been for you? I can imagine there have been a lot of ups and downs.
Definitely. It's very exciting. I'm like a very laid back person. I do take things seriously. I'm very lazy. But I feel like it's like a challenge I gave to myself. Last year in November, when I was doing the competition, I never thought I would, you know, go forward with this. But when we won, and we were representing Pakistan and Singapore, and people were, you know, like looking up to us in a way, I feel like that kind of made me feel responsible for the, you know, all the opportunities I was getting, because not a lot of people find themselves great opportunities, you know, very early in their lives, and you have to work really hard for them. So it just made me feel like, you know, if I'm getting a good exposure, might as well make a good use out of it and just give it a shot. So I just like took it one step at a time. I came back and I was just applying and talking to the mentors and asking, you know, if this is something I should go forward with. And I was so hesitant even when I was applying in a cohort. I came here and I met you guys. I met Mozuma and Kamran, and they were like, "Oh, you should apply, definitely. Why not?" And it was just it was just the only thing I had was an idea. A lot of people ask me that, oh, how far you should be in your business if you want to apply to an incubation center. So I tell them that they exist because they want you to you know, to be at that level, and they want to take you to that journey. So even if I had like an idea and I just like applied, and even now I feel like I'm just constantly challenging myself every day. It's a new space, I don't know much, and what I believe in is like you learn to run before you walk. So you just put yourself out there, and you know, then you have no choice but to work or to manage things. So you just have to do it.
Acha. So while filling out the application for NIC, you mentioned, you know, you started off just with an idea, and then the encouragement from the people here that you should apply. What things should you watch out for in your application that, you know, that other people should know? One thing that you mentioned, Abhi, ke some people think, oh no, it's just an idea, I shouldn't apply for incubation. So that's a pointer. What other things should be pointers for people?
Okay, so even though it's okay to just have an idea, but you should have like a structure in your mind. You should know what you're going for, especially knowing the problem statement, and the market you're going for, and the solution. It should be very specific. You shouldn't be doing too many things at the same time, because you're just starting off. You should focus on one thing. For instance, when I was starting, I was going for multiple features. When I came here, they were like, you know what, focus on this first, and then you go to that. So you should know your problem statement. Your solution should be in hand. Your business model is what we get the most you know, sessions on as well. So when you're doing it, so these 3-4 things, you should know what market you're targeting, what's your solution, and the whole plan. You should have a plan, at least. Very structured plan.
And what has been what's been your favorite moment or favorite part of the incubation program in 2 aspects? Okay, so I'm going to break it down a little. Yeah, one that you feel has been beneficial for your business from a business point of view, and one for you personally as a founder. So 2 things.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so as a business, if I see what my favorite aspect has been, it's the constant push that you get when you're in a space where everyone's like doing and you have tasks and you have deadlines, like we get KPIs. So as like a lazy person like me, when I get these deadlines and when I see, other businesses doing well, you get a lot to learn from them as well. And then, you know in your head that it's if you want to excel, you need to step up. So that constant pressure, I don't think that's negative. It's like the good sort of pressure, and that push that you constantly get at the incubation center has been really good for my business. It sped up my process like a lot. If I wasn't here, I would just be, procrastinating and kind of not very structured. And that's the good thing about business. And personally, as a founder, I think I met a couple of amazing people and I've learned a lot from their journeys. And yeah, I made like very good connections, very good friends. Now, if I have like, now I have like a whole, what do you call it? A team of my own, like a circle.
It's an entire community.
It's an entire community. It's like if I have any tech problems, I know who to call. If I get stuck in like a former FI session, I would just like be bothering Kamran, Sir Tonyverse. I'm like, I'm stuck here. And so whenever I have a problem or anything, I get stuck and I know which person to call. So it's like the community will benefit. I love.
Amazing. So personally, that's my favorite part about the center as well. It's how so founders come in individually at the start of a cohort and they're complete strangers. और शुरू में बिल्कुल हल्की फुल्की दूसरे से बातचीत चल रही होती है. But then slowly and gradually what starts happening is they start collaborating first with their businesses. Then without collaboration, there's just helping each other out. Like you mentioned, you're not from a technical background. We have some founders who have only technical expertise. So there'd be a lot of, I'll sit down with you, I'll help you with your MVP or I'll help you with your website. So that's my favorite part as well about the center. Okay, so apart from apart from the FI program, tell me about some of the benefits that you've gained from the networking sessions that we have.
The networking sessions, again, it's, you connect with the people that you want to work with, because, on your own, most of the founders there are even students. They're still studying, and even if they're into their careers, it's very early on. And, if you want to like have a session with the director of Hashu Group or, RMI ki kal officials aaye hue the. So if you want to like get to talk to these people, you would have to go through a long way. But at NIC or networking events like these, they're just like right in front of you, and they see you as founders. That they also see you in a way that they want to talk to you as well, because they know that if you're here, you're a serious founder working on something serious. So I feel like it's like the easy way to get to talk to and shoot your shot with people in the industry, like the big fishes that you actually like want to work with. So yeah, that's good. And then you never know, you might like land a good deal, you might land a good collaboration. So that's good.
Abir, what word of advice would you give to young entrepreneurs watching this right now who want to apply, but they're just a little bit hesitant in taking that first step?
I would say that, as I mentioned, don't hesitate. Put yourself out there. If a lazy person like me can get in, I'm not saying that you should be lazy. Never. I get my stuff done. But it's like, even if you have an idea, you won't know how much it's worth and how much you are capable of unless you give it a shot. So put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. There's no one here that will eat you alive, even if you make mistakes. So yeah, put yourself out there. You never know, the idea you think is not worth it might be worth $1 billion. So you'll never find out unless you give it a shot.
Amazing piece of advice.